Today I'm addressing frequency. How much is too much? How much is too little? And how do you figure out what that is? Because it's not the same for everybody. Although there are things like, oh, recover for 48 hours before working a muscle group again and so on. These are all just estimated guesses. They're based on assumptions and they could be okay, but how do you dial it in perfect for you? Well, that's what we're talking about today. What we're really talking about is this cycle. Okay, when we're strengthening, training muscle, we have a stress and we have a recovery. And everything with exercise and building muscle is just manipulating this cycle. What it looks like kind of on a stress and recovery scales, take like this is your baseline, you're going along, you give yourself a hard inducing workout that stresses and fatigues your muscles. Boom, right? You're stressed for a very short period of time. Then you have a recovery period, and if you've recovered well and the stress was adequate enough, the body does what is called supercompensation, where it kind of comes up a little bit beyond where you were before, kind of like the body's way of saying, oh, that was really hard, we'd better put a little bit more in the tank in case we get that again next time. This is how you actually build more strength, build more muscle, and so on. In order for that to happen consistently, you need to have your stress, you need to have your recovery. Now, if you're working out regularly on a consistent basis, you're working out very hard, you've probably already got that covered. And a lot of times when people are struggling, it's usually the recovery aspect. They're not nailing the timing of their recovery just right, because you're recovering here. If you work out that muscle here, you're not recovered enough and you're just kind of beating yourself into the ground. But at the same time, if you recover over here, there's a chance you may miss this window. So how do you know where this window is? Because not only is it individual for everybody, this can move on you. This is in relation to the stresses in your life. All stress counts. So even though we're talking like physiological stress from your workout here, if you're stressed out because of exams in school, you're fighting with your friends, you're stressed out because trouble at home, your job, whatever. It doesn't matter what the stress is or where it's coming from. It will make this recovery period shift. So if you're really stressed out for whatever reason, that will shift over and you need more time to recover. Or if you're doing a lot of great things right, you're improving your diet, you're getting good sleep, you're just kind of carefree point of your life, it could shift over here. And you got to be aware of when this is happening, because it can happen anytime in your life and it's going to adjust your frequency. Well, the biggest telltale sign is how do you feel and what's your performance like from one workout to the next. Okay, so if you do work out here and let's say you get 10 pull-ups and you work out, let's say this was a little too early, and in your first set you get 8 and then like 6, you know, and it's dwindling down, you may not have recovered quite enough. But if you wait too long, and particularly like your mind, your body's gonna feel like, oh man, I'm really not feeling like working out right now. It's like you've lost your momentum because you waited too long. Again, it's gonna be kind of down. When you nail it, you feel like Superman at that point. You're like, wow, this feels a lot easier than it did last time. It feels like I've got more in the tank. And that's exactly what you want to have happen because you've hit that super compensation. So I know what you're asking me. It's like, well, how much is this? Can I work a muscle group twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, once a week? I don't know. There's no way I can know this. No way anybody can know it. But generally, 2 to 3 times a week is a general recommendation. These days, though, I've been under a lot of stress here at the gym. I've been kind of low on the energy level. I'm pushing it to once a week. Just hitting, like, today was my ab day. I got my leg raises. Boom, I did my leg raises today, worked my abs. I'm not gonna do it again for another 7 days. And believe me, when I'm hitting that day 5 or 6, I'm raring to go. I'm like, I really wanna work my abs. But that's exactly what you wanna have happen. Because today, like last week, I hit it, and then like the past couple of days, I was really hungry for the exercise. So I just went and just demolished the hell out of myself. And it feels a lot different than if you're right here and you're like, okay, time to get this done again. So you got to pay attention to this. Again, this is why you want to keep a log. If you're not keeping a log, how do you know? Okay, you got 12 reps. Is that better than last time or not? You need to know also writing down things like how do you feel, how's your energy level, what sort of things may have made this shift back and forth. You could write down, I've been up 3 straight nights working on a project for work. You know, could mean recover a little bit more. This is one of the great things about bodyweight training, is you can move your workouts around a hell of a lot easier. If you got to get to a gym or you got to use special equipment in order to work your legs, then it's like, all right, I think I need a little bit more of a recovery period. So I can't do legs on Tuesdays, I'll try it on Thursday, which means I got to rearrange my schedule on Thursday to get to the gym. We don't need to do this. It's like, okay, I'll just do it on another day. I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need any special equipment or a gym or anything. I'll just move it around. So that's one of the big advantages, again, why bodyweight training may help you build strength and muscle, because if you need to shift your workout front to back to make better use of your recovery, it's a heck of a lot easier to do it. All right, I'm starting to ramble on. Let me know questions down below. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel and also check out the podcast on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. Till then, be fit, live free.